Hey, welcome to an episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. This is a pretty special beer. This beer has been around for years, but I've never actually had it before. This is a pretty well-known beer. Great Divide Brewing Company's Yeti Imperial Stout. Henry and I had the chocolate version of this like way back in the summer of 2010, so it's been like 4 years since I've had any incarnation of Yeti. Great Divide actually pulled out, a lot of the Colorado breweries, Great Divide, Boulder, and Avery, and I think maybe even some other breweries from Colorado, pulled out of this market for a couple years. Avery and Great Divide just came back. Boulder is still not here. But anyways, this is a beer, I've heard lots of great things about, so thought, I might as well do a video review of this. Anyways, when I was pouring the glass, it was like I couldn't differentiate between the head and the actual body. Like the head was like as dark as the body. And then it kind of did that Guinness thing where it just kind of like separates. I mean, obviously it's not nitro, but you get my point. It's like I couldn't tell the head from the body, and then they started to slowly differentiate. I should have got that on video. The head did come up over the rim a few minutes ago. I could smell it as soon as I opened the cap. It smells great. It smells very, very sweet. I mean, it's just tons and tons of black licorice. Yeah, very, very chocolatey. I mean, it's just like pure, it's like I can tell already. It's like super, sticky, almost like extract or something. Like not even like Hershey's chocolate. I don't know, probably like whatever they use to make Hershey's chocolate, like that kind of concentrated, deeply concentrated chocolate. And this is not a chocolate beer. There's not, I mean, there might be chocolate malt in here, but it's not. There's no chocolate flavoring as far as I know. Let me read the description real quick. Almost viscous, inky-black brew. I agree with that. Massive roasty chocolate coffee malt flavor. Eventually gives way to rich toffee and burnt caramel notes. 75 IBUs. Slightly citrusy, piney, wonderful dry hoppy finish. All right. Well, let's see if it lives up to the hype. Cheers, Great Divide. Thanks for coming back to Albany. Yeah, that's what I like in an Imperial Stout. Just straight up, no, no milk, not Russian Imperial Stout, not oatmeal Imperial Stout, not chocolate Imperial Stout. Although I do love chocolate Imperial Stouts. No bourbon barrel aging, although I'm sure there probably is a barrel aged version of this somewhere. Yeah, that is when you want an Imperial Stout. This is exactly what. When I want Imperial Stout, this is exactly the kind of palate I think of. So yeah, kind of lightly sweet up front. Just kind of the general kind of chocolatey coffee flavor, on the sweeter, well, not quite like a super iced sugary coffee, but something like that. It's not super deeply roasted, and you do get the roast, you definitely get the roasted malt as it's going down. You also get a lot of hops. I mean, it did say it's 75 IBUs, that's normal. I mean, 9.5 ABV beer, very, very malty beer. You gotta have a lot of hops to offset it, or it's just gonna be ridiculously sweet. Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with the citrusy. But there definitely is kind of a little bit of piney in there. Yep. Yeah, maybe a little bit of pine. Tad little bit of citrus from. They probably use Cascade hops in here. Something very kind of mainstream type standard hop. Little lacing on that glass. That's great. Yeah, I really, really like this. Exactly what I want in a regular Imperial Stout. I remember loving the chocolate version. I mean, but you know me, I love those chocolate stouts. Although have you ever had the Boatswain chocolate stout at Trader Joe's? That one is terrible, which goes to show that you can make a bad chocolate stout. Anyways, let's rate this on Rate Beer. Aroma, Like I said, love that smell. I mean, it actually smells more citrusy than it tastes. It's weird. I'll give it a 9 out of 10 on aroma. Appearance, gotta give it a 5 out of 5. Love that inky black body, like they said, and that head was beautiful. Tons of great lacing on there. Taste. Yeah, it's delicious. Yeah, I have had better. This is like just more than solid, more than average. Just fantastic, great, excellent Imperial Stout. I'll give it a 9 out of 10 on taste. Palate, I'll give it a 5. The mouthfeel is really comfortable. Like, it's definitely thick. It's kind of chewy. Kind of sticks to your teeth a little. It still has enough carbonation to like stand up to that big body. Slightly kind of dry, like kind of like pasty aftertaste, but it's not cloying or annoying or anything like that. It's very easy to drink. 9.5 ABV. It doesn't really come through. You don't taste the alcohol. You don't feel. I mean, there's like very, very, very subtle warmth in here, but otherwise, overall, I will give it a 17 out of 20, which is a 4.5, which is that border. That is the lowest I can give a 10. 4.5 to 5.0 is a 10 out of 10 in my book, and I would agree with that. I mean, I think it's a great beer. There are better ones, but this one's really good. So yeah, there you go. 10 out of 10 for Great Divide Yeti. So that does it for this episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you whenever. Cheers.